Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is, again, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And as you'll see, I've kind of changed tables here. I'm now sitting at my dining room table looking out the front of our house, and Chris is power washing the patio, and it is loud, really loud over there. So I thought I'll move in here, and that way we'll have like the staircase wall to kind of buffer the sound. If you do hear it, please excuse it. He's out there power washing and working hard out there. I was going to bring you my corner cabinet in the kitchen, my patriotic decor today, but I haven't done it yet. I was waiting to get this stuff. So I will bring you the corner cabinet on Friday. That'll be our Friday video. And this video will be a gift that I received from one of the Buffalo Check Chicks, Marlene. I received a little gift from her, and I'll explain. And I have a haul from Walmart that I forgot to show you the other day. Just one thing. And I've got a haul from Michael's. Some of the things came from Michael's. I'm still expecting more, and I'll explain that. And then I have a small Amazon haul as well. And then we're going to make a 12 loop funky bow out of 4 different ribbons. I have been getting a lot of questions about how I choose my ribbons and how I, what goes into the thought process and whatever. So I thought I would bring you, a bow with 4 different ribbons in it, and to show you how I coordinated them. So we're going to do that, and then of course I'll show you how to put together a 12 loop funky bow. And that is going to hang on a little wreath that I have by the corner cabinet, which I will show you, where it's going to be hung on Friday. Then I wanted to share with you a picture of little Maverick from this morning. Let's just go ahead and start there. It is Spirit Week at daycare this week. And Candace is, she is hilarious. I'm telling you. Candace is a little bit about Kristen, my oldest daughter, is the kindergarten teacher. And she's very, as you would imagine a kindergarten teacher might be with her children. She's very gregarious, and she's very outgoing, and she is an introvert, but with her class, she's very outgoing and very sweet and very, oh my goodness, the ideas she comes up with. She is a wonderful teacher, and engages with those kids like you would not believe. I wish I could show you a snippet of her teaching. She is amazing. And as I've told you before, she was Teacher of the Year in her 5th year of teaching, not just for her school, but for her entire county. Which is a great honor here in Virginia. But Candace is of the 2, the more quiet of my 2 daughters. Candace is very quiet, very shy. She's introverted, yes. But I would say Kristen is introverted, but not necessarily shy. Candace is introverted and shy. Although in her job, she's not at all. She's like a little bulldog. She can get done what she needs to get done, and she's efficient and very smart. Both of my girls are very smart, like their daddy. And so it is funny to watch Candace have Maverick participating in these Spirit Weeks when they come up with it. She is hilarious. Yesterday was crazy. What was it? Crazy Hair Day or something like that. And, Candace was saying she was worried about today, and I'll tell you about today in a minute, which was sports ball, something or another, an outfit that would be like a sports ball to show a sport. But yesterday was Crazy Hair Day, and she said, I don't know what I'm going to do for sports ball day, but we've got hair. And here is the picture that she posted of Maverick with his hair all crazy. His little tongue sticking out. Is he not so cute? Oh my goodness gracious. He's adorable. And then today she dressed him, what does the t-shirt say? I can't remember exactly what it says, something about going riding or whatever with his daddy. But Dustin, for those of you who might not know, races motorcycles. So here's some pictures, and Candace gave me permission to share some pictures of Dustin and of his motorcycle and his leathers, and his colors on his motorcycle are neon green and neon orange and very neon colors. He's very bright. You can always pick Dustin out wherever he is on the track as he's zipping by at like 100 and whatever miles an hour. It scares me to death. Scares me to death, y'all. I'm telling you one thing. It just, I just sit there, give me somebody's arm to grab because I'm pinching somebody the whole time he is doing these races. But he's so good. He's so good. And I'm not worried about him. Of course, I always worry about anything that could happen, you know. But Candace, as you can see, has neon green shoes on little Maverick. I just got the biggest kick out of that. So I thought I would share with you guys, you know, and then you can see Candace and Dustin, and Candace said I could show you these pictures so you can see what a cutie patootie she is, and Dustin, and they make a beautiful couple, and not just that they look good or whatever, but they just are, the rapport that they have with one another is unsurpassed, you guys. They get along great. You know, he compliments her, she compliments him. He's very outgoing and he's not shy at all, where Candace is shy and, you know, so kind of like Chris and myself, you know, opposites kind of attract in that way, you know, a little bit. So, but anyway, I thought I would share these pictures with you and a little bit more about Candace and Dustin, you know, and we just love him unconditionally, like he was our son already, you know, and the way he treats Candace. You know, that's what a mama wishes for her daughters. You know, she wishes for somebody to come along and take care of her the way you would take care of her. You know what I mean? And even better. I mean, he's absolutely an amazing young man. Dustin is. And Candace is pretty amazing too. So anyway, just thought I'd share that little bit with you. Sorry, here I go again. All right, let's see. Let's go into, we'll do the funky bow. We'll do that last. How about we'll go ahead and do it now. Hang on. Alrighty, so here we go. I have all the ribbons laid out. And as you can see, I have all the ends dovetailed too. And in order to dovetail, all you do is fold your ribbon in half like that. Take your scissors and start at the fold and cut down to the edge. Don't cut this way or you'll end up with a point. But cut this way and that'll give you a dovetail on the end. So I've cut all of my ribbons at 22 inches long and dovetailed the ends of each one, because I know I'm probably not going to cut this ribbon down once I get it made. To me, this is just about for what I use in my house here, this is just about the perfect length I have found for the funky bow. So all I'm going to do is fold the ribbon in half, go to 6 inches, and that'll give me 6-inch loops and about 5-inch tails. And I set myself up a pattern when I go through my funky bows. And for this one, I'm going to go through the pattern in just a second and tell you more of how I do that. But I wanted to tell you how I chose my ribbon first. I am making, obviously, working on my patriotic decor. So I was going to use, instead of this one, I was going to use a solid with all the you know, with the flag ribbon and then the 2-star ribbons. And I thought, no, I really want to add some more color. I want to do something different than put a solid in there. So I chose this because Bobby did send this to me. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and use that. And I really like the way this looks. I think this is going to make up into a pretty funky bow. One that I considered using and then just couldn't was this plaid. This plaid, it would drive me crazy. And it stems back from my mom saying, Arlene, don't wear, you know, stripes and plaids or stripes and checks. You can't do that. Don't mix those two. And that may be really old fashioned, but I have really held true to that throughout my life. And I don't mix stripes and checks or stripes and plaids. I just don't. And I can't in a bow either. So therefore, I could not do this. if I were going to mix something with this, it would have to be, now I would put the stars with this in a heartbeat. I would put both stars with this in a heartbeat, but both of the stripe ribbons, I couldn't do it. It would make me crazy. I'd have to go rip it apart. I just couldn't do it. So we're not even going to go there. So what I chose to do, one, I wanted to use ribbons that Bobby had sent me, and two, I wanted ribbons that would coordinate with the flag ribbon, because this flag ribbon is the star of this show, I think. And so this is the ribbon that I used for my inspiration. And all the other ribbons that I chose went with that ribbon. The red with the stars goes with it. The red, white, and blue, or the red khaki and blue goes with it, because this is a creamy khaki, this is, as you can see. And then, and so that pairs beautifully with it. And then the blue stars, which will pair beautifully too. So that's why I chose the ribbons I did. I'm very picky about the ribbon that I choose for my funky bows. I have to tell you that, you guys. I'm very picky, and I will not stray much from the hue in which I'm working, the reds, the khakis in this point, and the blues. I wouldn't put a bright white with this, probably. And I did have a solid red, but the solid red would have to match, and the solid red I have does not. The solid red that Bobby gave me is more of an orangey red, and that to me just wasn't close enough. So I couldn't use that. So these are the four that I settled on. And, you know, I do the same throughout the seasons. I do the same. I make them similar, but different enough. So anyway, let's get started making this funky bow, and I'll show you the pattern I'm going to set up for this. So I'm going to fold it in half, like I said, push it out straight so you get your full 6 inches. If you leave them like looped, you won't get a 6-inch loop. So go to 6 inches, pinch it together at that point, go to that back tail, and twist. And what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way through the pattern, and we're going to point, the first time through the pattern, we're going to point 6 inches, the loop portion of the strip, after we folded it in half, up from center, my thumb being the center of the bow, going back to that back tail and twisting it around. Even if the tails are going to get turned around and mixed up, and they will, I still like them going in the same direction, at least in this point. At least I know I've given it a try. So here's the third one in this pattern of ribbon. And go to 6 inches, again pointing that loop up from center. And I'm accordioning it in there, side by side by side. I'm not piling the ribbon up on top of my thumb, under my thumb, nor am I piling it underneath of my finger. I am putting the ribbons in side by side by side, and I'm going to try to do that as much as I can. So here we go with this flag ribbon that I love so much. Go to 6 inches again, and I think I'm going to point those stars out. And I will make sure that all my stars, at least at this point, are pointed in the same direction. Okay, so there we go with our first 4 loops in our 12 loop funky bow. So you probably figured out we're going to need to go through this pattern 3 times. So the next time I go through the pattern, which we'll start the pattern over again here with this blue, fold it in half, go to 6 inches. This time we're going to turn the loop down from center. We're going to accordion it in side by side by side. And also I'm letting this slip back into the crook of my fingers. See that? And I'm not squeezing on so tight that I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. I let off of it when I'm manipulating the ribbons. I let off of it. So that way I don't get a cramp in my hand. Go to that back tail and twist. The next one in the pattern. Now this is one thing I watch out for too. You can see if I were going to switch this and add it in right at 6 inches like that, do you see what's pulling my eye? See the way the red, white, this one, the blue, khaki, and red are going? I want this to go the same way. So I just simply flip it over and add it in And that way, at least at this point in time, as I'm putting the bow together, the stripes are going to be going in the same direction. You'll see me do the same thing to the flag ribbon when I get to it. So twist that back tail. Next, 6 inches, again, pointing that loop down from center. Flipping that back tail around into the flag ribbon. 6 inches, point it down from center, and that just happened to be that the stars were on the correct side. See that? Go to that back tail and twist. And then we're going to start the pattern over one more time. And this time, we're going to point the loop up from center. And yes, I have a handful of ribbon. And no, my hand doesn't hurt because I let up off of it. I let up off of my grip. I can almost talk today too. Here we go with this one. Let's see how it's going to go in. Yep, it's going to go in the correct way. Again, pointing that loop up from center and twisting. And 2 more, and then we need to add the tails. 6 inches. And accordion it in there. I have little hands, you guys, too. I have really little hands. I am a big lady, but I have small hands. And I can manage this. You can too. It just takes practice, you guys. It just takes practice. Y'all can do this. I know you can. 6 inches. And see, if I put it up that way, it's going to be wrong. So I need to turn it over and get those stars on the right-hand side of the loop. Okay? And then we're going to go to that back tail, and we're going to twist it around. Now, I have one long piece of ribbon, and it's the way I want to do this, I actually want to cut this in half because I don't want the stripes. See, if I add it in, the stripes are going to be going opposite direction, or I want the flag ribbon to be facing the same direction. I know that might seem anal to you guys, but that's what I want. So I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm going to add one, kind of on the back. I kind of lift my hand, hold it with my thumb, lift my finger, and kind of add this to the back, going that direction. And then I want the other one, I want to add the other one in on the other end, going the other direction, the opposite direction, right side up against the bow, right side of the ribbon up against the bow. And that way, the flags will be moving in the same direction. You see that? And that makes me feel better. I don't like them being opposite from one another. If you do, then you do it the way you want to do it. But this is the way I felt like I wanted to do it. So next is to take your pipe cleaner and put it over the top. Find the center of your pipe cleaner and pull the bottom around the bottom, the top around the top, and then really squeeze that bow. Even if you can let go of it and move your hand around and really squeeze those ribbons together and get your hand, this hand that you're going to tie the tie wrap or the pipe cleaner with, up as close as you can to the back of the bow and twist. Twist, 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 twist the bow, twist the pipe cleaner, twist everything you can twist. Because you're going to be manipulating these loops and you don't want it to fall apart. So there we go with a non-fluffed 12 loop funky bow. Now, where the magic happens, in my opinion, is when we start to fluff and you get your hand, and if some of the, see these are tails. If some of them come up in between, that's okay. Sometimes I'll just set it down and I'll just go to town and start fluffing and fluffing and fluffing. Sometimes I'll turn it over and separate some of the tails out, you know, just so they're not all globbed up in one place. kind of separate them out. If you want to push some up between the ribbons, you can do that. You know, and then just fluff, 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 fluff. And for me, I can continue to fluff, you guys. I do fluff a lot just because I'm very picky about my bows and I want them to be fluffed beautifully. But you can see what a pretty, I don't like those tails up in there. I'd rather have ribbons. See, I just push them toward the back. Also, what the tails do for us too, if you don't want the tails up in there, it gives the bow depth. See that? It really makes it a big, thick, beautiful bow. And it gives you a lot of material to work with, which to work, you know? So there you can see, I put my hand on every loop I think there is to touch. And sometimes it's better to wait till you get this placed where you want it placed and then fluff it the rest of the way so that, you know, once you fluff it, it'll stay where you put it. But isn't that pretty? That made a pretty, pretty, pretty funky bow. I love that. So then I'm not going to cut the tails yet because I'll wait to see it on the wreath and then I'll cut them up once I get it on the little wreath out there. It's just a boxwood wreath that I have out there. So you will see this in place on Friday. But isn't that a pretty funky bow? Oh my goodness, I love it. And the ribbon, the reason we say to use wired ribbon, it's very important if you use wired ribbon, is because it will hold its shape. See how beautifully that holds its shape? Now, if you were to buy a bow like this, it would cost you way more than it would cost you to buy the ribbons from Bobby or wherever you get the ribbons and make your own. Truly. I love it. All right, 12 loop funky bow. Pretty, pretty. Hopefully my explanation of how I pick my ribbons helped you guys a little bit. I know I've been getting a lot of questions about how I pick out my ribbons. So, all right, let's get some goodies over here to show you. Let's start out with what Marlene sent me. Oh my goodness. She said, hi, Arlene, these are things that I found for you at Hobby Lobby after Easter sale. 90% off. I couldn't resist. Keep babying that knee. Keeping you in my thoughts and prayers, Marlene XO. Love you, Marlene. Thank you so much. I tell you, this lady, she wraps up her stuff so prettily when she sends it, Marlene. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. And it's such a pleasure to open her stuff because it's wrapped so pretty, you know? So she got me some napkins here, 4 pieces. Look at this. I can use these throughout the year. I don't need to worry about using them for Easter. I could use them for any time. Look at that. They're going to go in here in my little dresser where I keep my stuff, Marlene. I love this. She got me 2 sets of those. And she got me an Easter table runner. Me, table runners? Who would ever guess that I'd like a table runner? I love it, Marlene. Thank you so much. It's so pretty. I did not see this in my Hobby Lobby. And I didn't see the napkins in my Hobby Lobby either. So this is beautiful. I don't want to take it out of here. I'm going to save it for next year. 13 by 72. 13 by 72. And I'm also going to stick your card in here with this so that when I do get it out, I'm going to remember who gave it to me and give you a shout out then, Marlene, next year. So thank you so much for those lovely things. And you know I will be utilizing them throughout the year and then the table runner at Easter. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mwah, I love you so much. Thank you so much for thinking of me when you were in there at that 90% off sale. I didn't get a chance to go in to see mine. I had my knee injury at the time when that stuff was probably on sale. I could go in now, but I haven't. I went into Michael's, but I haven't been into Hobby Lobby. So speaking of Michael's, I got some of my order delivered, but some of it is not here yet. So, but I'm going to show you what came. First thing, you are going to laugh at me. And this is another thing. I have a real problem with sizes. Y'all, you remember these, right? Little windmills. I thought they'd be like this big. Chris was looking somewhere. He goes, oh, I'd like some windmills for the flower bed. Well, I ordered like 9 of them and 2 came. So I guess more are coming, but I thought they'd be bigger. So I'm not sure. I'm a real piece of work sometimes, let me tell you one thing. So they'll go out somewhere out in the flower bed, but he really wanted a couple of these. I might put them back in my mailbox. That might be cute too, to put them in with my mailbox. So I got me a couple of windmills. Hopefully the rest are coming. I don't know. Michael's is, talk about hiccups. I'm experiencing hiccups all over the place between YouTube and Michael's and the United States Postal Service. The poor little Etsy lady. I've got a beautiful pumpkin coming from that sweet lady that made me my bunnies there at Easter, and it's somewhere between her hometown and mine. It got to Richmond and has never made it here. I feel just horrible because she said she put some extras in there, and I feel horrible. It's not my fault, but I'm like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I got those. Then I got myself 4 little flags. I thought I would stick these in with the pot of flowers for the front porch. Thought I would just stick them in there or even tie wrap them to a couple of the flowers and let them fly in there. I thought that would be cute to go with those red, white, and blue roses that I showed you on Monday's video. So I got 4 little flags. So I thought they would be cute in there. Then I got a couple of plaques. One that says, God bless America. $9.99, but I had a coupon. 25% off the entire order, I believe, because I signed up for like emails and texts, you know. So God bless America. And then I got another one that says freedom and peace. And then I have Sweet Land of Liberty, and this is just like a tag. Sweet Land of Liberty. Very cute. I have decided that I'm probably not going to bring the patriotic out into the dining room proper here or the living room proper. I may do a little something on my mom's silver tray out in the living room because it is currently empty. So I may do a little something out there. And I think I'll do something in the foyer. I'll do like a flower arrangement or something in the foyer for the foyer table and do a few things in the foyer. But as far as the dining room proper and the living room, I don't have enough patriotic decor, and I've spent enough on what I've added a little bit this year, and that's the way I do going through the year. And next year, maybe I'll come out into these 2 bigger rooms and incorporate more patriotic into these 2 rooms. But for this year, I think I'm going to do, what do I have left? I have the quarter cabinet in the kitchen. I've got my dough bowl yet to put back together. I've got that wreath. The deco mesh did not come. I'm going to fix it to show you the sign that I'm going to put on that. But the deco mesh did not come from Michael's, nor did a roll of ribbon that I ordered from Michael's come. But I have my dough bowl to do for the kitchen table. And I'm not going to really do anything for the powder room. I don't really have anything in there. And I love the powder room the way it is. But I think I will do something in the foyer, like I said. And that'll pull it all together. I think it'll be pretty. So, anyway, speaking of the sign that I'm going to put on the wreath. Y'all see my cheeks? I'm having a hot flash. I'm almost 60. I'm having a hot flash. Oh, but this is the kind of sign that I have only with flowers out on the wreath, out on my light post right now, and it's holding up beautifully. So I got another one just with We the People. And now I am going to be, here I just say I can't mix plaids and stripes, but y'all know I got a plaid deco mesh to go with this, but Hopefully it will blend very nicely and it'll look just like red, white, and blue. We'll see. We'll see. I think it'll look okay though. Here I just went on to this big spiel about how I can't use plaids and stripes together, and that's exactly what I did with the sign and the deco mesh. So we'll see how we go. I didn't want to use red, white, and blue deco mesh. I didn't want to do that. I wanted, you know, and they did have a stripe, but I didn't like that. I really liked the sign. And the deco mesh I got really pairs color-wise beautifully with the sign. So hopefully I won't have to throw the wreath away once I make it. Hopefully it'll be pretty. We'll see. But you know, I've got the ribbon. This is why what might be prettier is just a solid red or a solid blue deco mesh with these. We'll see. I'll show it to y'all when it comes in. We'll decide. But anyway, that's the sign I got from Amazon. I got that from Amazon, and it's linked in my patriotic box, or it will be by the time this goes up. And the other thing I picked up was this little Jim Shore piece. Another little Jim Shore piece. This is little. It was like $20, I think. Home of the Brave with the little eagle. And I was actually thinking of putting this in the living room up on that little, I have a little pedestal, maybe with a lantern and, you know, something subtle. This is what I'm talking about, something very subtle for the patriotic. Maybe stick a little bit of red in it. So that's super cute, super cute. So I got that. So that is everything that I have to haul except for this kimono. I forgot that I got this from Walmart when I ordered the little platters that I got, and Chris ordered his Benadryl. And this is what I got. This is a Pioneer Woman, and this is a 2 to 3X. And this is very big on me. This is very, very big on me. In fact, when I took my picture, I had to kind of pull it to the side because I looked like I was all kimono. It's very, very big on me. So I would say you could almost size, you know, I don't know what other sizes they came in, maybe 1, 2, I don't know. But it is very large. It is made big. So, but it is super pretty and it's comfy cozy. I have to say it's comfy cozy. So, y'all know what? I feel like a discombobulated mess today. Have y'all got that feeling? I feel like I have been bigging and bonging and digging and donging and bashing my head up against the wall during this video. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I can edit it to be a coherent video. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I wanted to show you, this is the tag that came on this. I didn't even realize that the Pioneer Woman had clothes, but she does. So check out Walmart. If I can give you a link, I will. If not, just check out the Pioneer Woman on walmart.com and see what she doesn't have. All right, let me check my computer and see if I have any questions. Here's one from the other day, Michelle D. I embrace discombobulated videos. LOL, it's an added touch of reality. Well, here's another one for you, sweetie. This is another one. That's how life can be, right? Right, that's for sure. I don't have any more questions other than this one from Pamela Barker. Came in 23 minutes ago. It's now, what is it, 1:55 on Wednesday. Arlene, you mentioned in your video when you were showing us your very first house that you bought in that area, that you were tall. I didn't think you were tall. When you sit down and do crafts, how tall are you, girl? I'm tall. I'm 5'8.5". I probably shrunk about a half an inch though, but I'm 5'8.5". And yeah, but I'm short in the torso. I will say that I am short in the torso. I'm all legs. My dad is 6'3.5", and he and I have the same inseam. I have a 32-inch inseam, y'all. I am all legs and very short in the torso. And I always say that's why I ended up having cesareans. I had both girls cesarean section. Both were large babies though. They were big babies. So, but yeah, I'm tall. I am tall. I'm not kidding. I'm not big boned huge, I'm long boned, but I have, thank goodness for my mom, who was a petite lady. She was 5'5.5". I was 5'8.5", and Dad's 6'3.5". So we looked like stair steps. He wore a size 13 shoe. I wore a size 8.5 shoe, and she wore a size 6.5 narrow shoe. She was little. Mom was just little, had little tiny hands. She had, her ring finger was like a 3.5 or 4. She had teeny tiny little hands. So thank goodness for Mom's petiteness, because that kept me from being, I feel like I'm an Amazon woman as it is. I feel like I tower over a lot of people, you know, and Chris is like 5'9", 5'9.5". So he's a lot taller than me now than he used to be. That's why I say I think I've shrunk a little bit through the years, which I think happens. So, but yeah, I am pretty tall. Yeah, that's it. That's all the questions I have, you guys. So I'm going to shut that down, and I'll go into my final words here. And as I say, I'm going to get to editing. I think it might take me a while to get this thing edited. So let me go into my final words and say, thank you all so much for stopping in here today. I hope all is well with everyone. And for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say thanks for watching. But until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.